expression, design for social innovation, means whatever design can do to support and promote social change toward an equal and ecological society. This is why, in my view, it is so important in this moment, because in this moment we have to collect all the possible energy to move in this direction. The concept and the practice started more or less 15 years ago as a result of two different independent but in some way related phenomena. The first one is the change in the idea of design. Traditionally, design has been conceived as a designing of something physical, and during the time, and especially in this century, it's extended to be design can be related to whatever. It's an interaction in between people and places and people and things. The second phenomena has been that social innovation that always existed, but it exists with some waves. So what we are talking in the reality is a very special wave of social innovation that started more or less at the beginning of this century for a complex set of motivation that has a common denominator, is the fact that people that are considered as a mainstream idea, as individual, very often also in competition one with the other ones, that break this kind of cage of being all alone and try to be together, to make something together, to collaborate to get some result that is good for them, for the whole community, and for the whole society and the environment. So this phenomenon, as I said, started, and at the same time, we started to have some interest in the School of Design. And this brought us to have some group of teachers and students that organized some labs that we call it the DESIS Lab, that stands for Design for Social Innovation Towards Sustainability Labs. The first one was in the Polytechnic of Milano, and this is also here we started in some way to put together the notion of design for social innovation. And afterward, in these 15 years, it spread. And now we have something as 50 different labs around in the world. Of course, also the way in which these labs work is changed, because 15 years in these 15 years has been a period of time in which so many things dramatically changed, both on the environmental side and on the social side. And therefore, of course, the DESIS Lab has changed the focus of their own activities. And at the same time, and this is very important to be said, because social innovation is not only good practice, it's a good practice that evolves in time. So it starts with some invention, and after you follow a kind of trajectory that brings from the beginning toward the maturity. And therefore, also the DESIS Lab can work at the beginning as the first step, the inventions, or they can work when the ideas are more mature. And now we have very mature ideas around. Unfortunately, they are not the majority, but they are strong ideas. As, for instance, we can talk about welfare, and we use the term community welfare. That is a welfare that includes also the fact that people have to collaborate. We can talk about the city, and we can talk about the city of proximity, or the city of 15 minutes. That is an idea of the city that includes many of the social innovation in this urban social innovation that we have had in these 20 years, and so on and so forth. So what we can say to conclude, that design for social innovation is not a design discipline, because as I said before, you can in some way use service design, communication design, strategic design, product design to promote social innovation. What is in common is a kind of approach